And now, Effective Communication with Phil Zeller, CEO, Dale Carnegie, Southwest Michigan.
All right, we're ready today for something profound. This is going to be profound. Are you ready for this? Get ready. Get your mind ready. Dale Carnegie, quote from him. Those convinced against their will are of the same opinion still. How true do we know that to be? It's all around us. Every time you turn on the TV, every time you have a conversation with somebody, it's like, wow, they are stuck. They are stuck in it. They're going right into attack mode, and they can't see beyond themselves. Well, welcome to the human race. Dale Carnegie documented that quote, that those convinced against their will are of the same opinion still, because it's true. And as the father self-help him, the guy who's in Ripley's Believe It or Not, listen to more people talk than anybody. He's deserved some street credit there to be able to put quotes like that together. And that's really profound. And if you think about how profound it is, it's because it's being slapped in our face every single day. It's like, why can't they change? Why can't they develop? Why don't they understand? And then people just start screaming at other people. Have you ever been in a situation that somebody forced you to do something, said you had to do it, and you didn't want to? Ask yourself, when you were forced in that situation to do something you didn't want to do, how did you respond? How did you respond? Not somebody else, you. How did you respond? Did you get angry? Did you just become passive and complicit? What was your reaction? Did you justify it with saying, okay, well, I've got to do this even though I hate doing it because somebody else said so, or for some other reason? Or did you make up excuses for it? What did you do? How did you approach that situation? Now, how you approached it really ties back to how did you feel about that situation? How did you feel about being put in a situation where you were being told you had to do something and you didn't understand the value in it? You didn't understand why you should do it. As a matter of fact, you thought it was silly or a waste of time, and why in the world would you be doing this? Let me give you an example. Time management. Time management is important. And if you talk to somebody about time management, your time is important. Here's why your time is important. Because all the money in the world can't buy you another day. Yes, that's a famous lyric from a song, right? The reality is time is the true measure of consequence. You can't buy more time. You can make more money. You can provide better quality. You can build deeper relationships. You can do a lot of things, but you can't create more time on the clock. Unless somebody's invented a time machine, and if somebody has, please reach out to us here at the show and let us know, because I would love to meet that person, because we got opportunity here. But as long as there's not a time machine and there's not Dr. Strange running around, manipulating time, we can't change it. What we get is what we get. We have to make the most of it. So when you look at time that way, all of a sudden you say, well, there's value to time. And there's value to managing your time, realizing that it's finite, that it's going to be gone one day, and you will pass on. And you will no longer be living as you know life to be as it is right now. And when you put that in perspective, all of a sudden time management takes on this whole new arena. Unfortunately, a lot of times in business, time management is forced on people. And when you force time management on people, oftentimes you don't get what you want as a manager or as a business owner or as a leader when you force time management on the people. I'll give you an example. I used to be in information technology, and I used to sell multi-million-dollar infrastructures for IT to fully integrate mostly educational institutions, but also a lot of large businesses as well. And I remember my boss came to me one day, my sales manager, and he said, hey, Phil, you know what we're going to do? We're going to make everybody fill out a timesheet. And you fill it out in 15-minute increments, what you're doing all day long. And I looked at him and said, what are we doing this for? And he said, because we're making everybody do them. And I looked at him and said, okay, why? And he said, because I said so. Have you heard that before? Because I said so. Well, so I started filling out this timesheet. So I blocked out a half an hour on my calendar every day at the end of the workday between 4:30 and 5 to block out time for the last 24 hours to fill out my 24-hour time card of where I was and what I was doing, down to even, when I went to the bathroom. And I got really detailed in this report. And it took me at least 30 minutes to fill it out. And I remember turning it into him, and he said, what the is this? And I said, it's what you asked me to do. You want to know everything I had done? He goes, this is ridiculous. And I said, thank you. I agree. So why are we doing it? because at the end of the day, I was in sales and the numbers talk, and the results talk for themselves. So my point to you, the next time you ask somebody to do something, ask yourself, do they understand why? Do they understand why this is of value to them? Because if value is not established, they're not going to do it. So you really have to, as Dale Carnegie would say, arouse that eager want in the other person. Help them understand why this is important to them. And if you do this, you might just get the outcome that you want to see achieved. Now go make it happen.